and gentlemen, this is Nagasa from Sanyii Academy. Today I teach Moral and Citizenship Education course, Chapter 2, Lesson 6 about right theory. If you are new for this channel, please start by subscribing and liking the video. And if you are already a subscriber to this channel, please start watching this video by liking, commenting, and sharing to help others find this video and benefit themselves from. And also don't forget to hit the notification button just to get notified every time new video arrives on Sanyii Academy. Besides, you can also use these social media links to get access to Sanyii Academy on YouTube. Having said this, I directly proceed to today's lesson, which is about rights theory. As you remember, in the previous time, we started to talk about ethical theories, and we have seen several theoretical frameworks to get in touch with ethical understanding of human action, because what constitutes rightness and wrongness is only human's performance or human's conduct. So we have seen from the perspective of teleological ethics, utilitarianism, and other sub branches of this theory. And also we have seen deontological ethics and divine command theory, which have their own perspective regarding the rightness and wrongness of human action. Today we are going to see rights theory. Rights theory is another duty-based approach to ethics. Ethics requires humans to conduct a rightful, justifiable, and good act to conform to ethical rules and guidelines. So, right-based theory has a concept that respecting and not harming a person is the duty of the target person who has to respond to the claim of that person. So today, rights have the duty aspect implication on another person. So it is a second duty-based approach to ethics. Basically, right is a justified claim against another person's behavior. That means my right not to be harmed by you. You are the person have the right not to be harmed by another person. So a person who is sitting next to you or who is residing next to your house has the responsibility to remain from harming your right. I do have the right not to be harmed by another person. You have the same right, and it is vice versa. So a person has a right not to be harmed. That means your friend, your family, your colleague, your boss, and everyone in the community, including the government, is responsible to respect your right, not to harming you. Rights and duties are interrelated. You cannot have the blessing of right. We cannot have the output and outcome advantage of right without discharging our duties. Duties are the beginning and the cause for the achievement of our right. Our rights are dependent on our duties, and our duties are dependent on our right. So rights are the offspring of duties, and duties at the same time is also the cause for our right. So when we say rights and duties are interrelated, it does mean the rights of one person imply the duty of another person. If I have the right to express my idea, you have the duty not to violate my right of expressing my idea. You should respect. The government itself, as a political institution, should respect my right. The previous time, if you remember in chapter 1, I mentioned that the government has certain responsibilities: the duty to respect, the duty to protect, and duty to fulfill. This is what a claim you have from the government. John Locke, a British philosopher of 16th century, argued that the laws of nature mandate that we should not harm anyone's life, health, liberty, and possessions. Naturally, we are given the duty not to harm the health of another person, our life, health, liberty, and possession. That means you are responsible to not harm the person. So naturally, we are mandated, or this duty is assigned to us, assigned to humans. So you should respect the right of another person. You should not do something wrong against it. You have to refrain from attacking a person who is your friend or another person. That is it. For Locke, for John Locke, our natural rights are given to us by God. He referred to God as a source of that natural right. It is God who created a person and put life in him so that no one could take that life from him except God. Except God, no one should kill a person. And that person should have the right to life and remain healthy and express his idea. These natural rights and moral rights are naturally endowed to us by God. His teaching, Locke's teaching, had influenced the United States of Declaration of Independence. And in that, majority of American founding fathers believed in the teaching of John Locke. Thomas Jefferson, the American president of the time, recognized these three foundational rights: right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a right of a person, so that no one is allowed to violate them, no one is allowed to deprive them of a person, even the government. Jefferson and other right theorists argue that we deduce other more specific rights from this. These right we mentioned above, right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, are the base and foundational for another specific right that we explain today. These rights are right to property, movement, speech, and religious expression. So, if you have and guaranteed to have these rights, which are natural rights, then you will have another right. If you have the right to life, you will have the right to express your idea, the right to own properties, the right to make a speech and explain your religion, express your religion. So this is what they argue. Without moral rights or human rights, we cannot enjoy our democratic rights. Our democratic rights are nothing as far as our human rights are not respected, granted, fulfilled, and maintained. So, any institution of man, any institution of human association should think and make sure those human rights are guaranteed so that we can more exercise our democratic right. And this is the mandate of every government. This is the responsibility of every government. The government, which calls itself and identify itself as a democratic government, should make sure these all are maintained well. There are four features that are associated with human right or moral rights. There are four main rights that are associated with human right. The first character that we can mention with right is rights are natural. This means it is not the government who create, or it is not the government that invent this right. These rights are naturally given to everyone and every person that is residing on the planet Earth. So the government has no right and even no ability and capacity to invent and create these rights. So these rights are natural. And the second characteristics or feature of human right or moral right is they are universal. That means this right do not change from country to country, from time to time, from place to place, from person to person. So they are universally applicable. Everywhere you go, you are entitled to enjoy those moral rights. You're entitled to enjoy, you are entitled to exercise those rights. So they are universal and applicable to every race, every person, every time, and every country. So this is it. Then the third rights feature and characteristic that we need to bear in mind is they are equal. Rights are equal. They are the same for all people, irrespective of gender, race, handicap, political outlook, and whatever background you may mention. So these rights are equally applicable to every person that has the virtue of being human. But you cannot apply these rights to animals. Humans are only entitled to human and moral rights. So no one is deprived of this right. So they are equally applicable to every person. And the fourth characteristic feature of human right or moral right is they are inalienable. That means they cannot be handed over to another person, such as by selling myself to slavery, or you cannot transfer your right to someone else, or the government, your family, ancestors cannot transfer. Your father, for example, cannot transfer his right for you. A father cannot transfer or make his son or daughter to inherit his right because they are naturally given to a person. So these are characteristic features. So a person has to know and respond to these rights accordingly. I have to know and understand these responsibilities. And if I just discharge my responsibility toward this another person's right, that is really what I call moral or ethical. So this is all for today. This is all about today's lesson. And today's lesson, we have seen about rights theory, which is a duty-based theory next to deontological and divine command theory. And it says a person has the responsibility or duty to respect and adhere to the principle of respecting other person's rights and entitlements. So, with that, we have said we are naturally endowed with this right, and no one is capable of just violating that. They have no right, no privilege to violate our right. And then we have seen four major characteristics of these moral rights. The first one is they are natural, they are equal, they are inalienable, they are universal. So these rights are basically entitled to us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with Sanyii Academy. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit the notification button just to get notified every time new video is uploaded to Sanyii Academy. Have a nice time. God bless you. Till next time. Bye bye.